So I'm working on a blog post and it's called It's Time for a Reckoning in the Natural Hair Community. I wrote this because over the weekend I was watching some YouTube videos and I came across this one young lady. Um, I can't remember her name, Moyara something. I'll post her name and her YouTube channel in this video. But she brought up some really good points about the natural hair community, and how we have so much work to do. Um, there's a lot of issues. And it's funny that she brought this up because I also have my own thoughts about how we've been stagnant as a community, the natural hair community as a whole, and it has not been moving. Um, Definitely not forward. We've been just staying still in one position for a really long time. Almost 10 years ago, there was this big surge of women, going natural and leaving the relaxers alone. And now it's like we're regressing. Like we've taken so many steps back and we're not moving forward. And I think social media has a lot to do with this because many are willing to do certain things just for clicks, likes, or to go viral or to try to go viral. Um, at the expense of natural hair in the natural hair community. I think there's been a lot of frauds and fakes out there over the years because they saw the bandwagon to jump on and they jumped on it because it was profitable. So, in this blog, I touch on a lot of things from the hair care companies, the manufacturers, to the lies that we've been told for so many years as Black women. So here's a little snippet. I'm just going to read it to you, and then you guys can read the rest on my blog post. So here we go. Over 10 years ago, the natural hair movement was blowing up the scene. It was a quiet storm that quickly took up steam and it became a huge thing. So huge that product manufacturers took notice and figured out ways to capitalize on this gold mine. The natural hair movement also proved to be profitable for the small mom and pop stores or street vendors who made their own natural hair products out of their kitchens, like shea butter for your skin and hair, organic hair oil mixes, all natural shampoos and conditioners, hair masks, and gels. Back then, the goal was for Black women to leave the relaxers and chemicals alone and have healthier hair using all natural products. These all natural products were not readily available in stores, so we relied on the small vendors and businesses to get these things. We learned how to use them through early how to YouTube videos and word of mouth. We also learn about protective styling, myth number one, which entails the use of braids, wigs, or weaves that we were told would protect our natural hair from over manipulation and help grow our hair. As manufacturers figured out how to get a piece of the natural hair movement pie, they developed products, myth number two, cater to Black women using images of biracial or racially ambiguous women on their products and in their advertisements, promising a lie that if you use their line of products, your hair will curl up and bounce the same way as the biracial woman with 3C hair does. In the midst of all this, wig culture grew tremendously, as did the hair braiding shops. Everybody found a way to make money off the natural hair movement and have been winning ever since. But there's been one consistent loser: Black women. For centuries, Black women have been told that their hair is ugly, unkempt, unprofessional, and we're forced to cover up our hair or bend to European standards of beauty by straightening our hair. This brainwashing has stayed within our culture ever since, being passed down from one generation to the next. We invented straightening combs, came up with a dangerous formula called conk that later became the standard relaxer to straighten our naturally coily and curly hair, bone straight, just to be accepted by whites. And then in the 60s and 70s, when Black pride took over, many Black women embraced their natural hair and wore their afros and cornrows proudly. And then the relaxers came back and the Jerry curl craze took over, and relaxers became the norm again Fast forward a few decades, and Black women finally realize the natural beauty of their hair and see the damaging effects of chemical relaxers, and they decide to go back to their natural roots, and instead of being supported, we're fleeced. If there's one thing Black women will do, it is invest in our hair. Companies know this, and they found ways to profit off of it by selling us products that do not help our hair. But we can't just blame companies and manufacturers. We must blame ourselves for being greedy as well. Protective styling is a myth. It's a game. It's a way to make money. The idea that we have to give our hair a break is a joke. How do you give your hair a break when you manipulate and put stress on your hair and your scalp by braiding, weaving, or crocheting cheap synthetic or human hair into your natural hair? 9 times out of 10, people are braiding or weaving this hair incorrectly and way too tight, which causes traction alopecia or hair loss. This hair loss can be permanent or temporary. There are women who swear protective styling grows their hair or has helped them retain hair length, and this may be true for some, but what does protective styling do for a woman that has issues with wearing her natural hair out? Nothing. I'm going to stop there, read the rest on my blog post, on my blog site. I'll put the link in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Talk to you later.